I hadn't seen Clara in 5 years. Not since the night she packed her suitcase, mumbled something about needing stability, and walked out of my life without a single glance back. So, when her wedding invitation showed up in my mailbox, my first thought was, this has to be a joke. Could Arda Wiemzu and Amelia Hart request the honor of your presence? Asterisk, I must have stared at that elegant script for hours, a part of me wanting to tear it to shreds. But curiosity, or maybe something I didn't want to name, made me keep it. She was actually marrying her, the woman she left me for. At 33, I'd carved out a quiet, predictable life. I had a small apartment, a decent job, and a circle of friends who knew better than to ask about my past. But Clara was the one story I could never finish, the chapter that ended mid. So, against all my better judgment, I decided to go. I had to see the ending for myself. The venue was breathtaking, an open garden drowning in white roses and the warm glow of golden lights. Everyone looked so effortlessly elegant, gliding through the evening like they belonged. Me, I felt like a ghost, an intruder in someone else's perfect fairy tale. And then I saw her. Clara stood at the far end of the aisle, looking radiant in lace and sunlight. Her hair was shorter now, and her smile seemed practiced. It was the same smile she used when she was trying to convince herself everything was fine. As her eyes scanned the crowd, they found mine. For a split second, she froze. It was just a flicker, but it was enough. Enough for me to know that 5 years hadn't erased me completely. During the reception, as people mingled and laughed, I clung to the shadows at the back, sipping champagne I didn't even like. My plan was simple: offer a polite congratulations and disappear. No scenes, no drama. But Clara, it seemed, had other plans. She found me by the garden fountain, away from the buzz of the music. You actually came, she said, a half smile playing on her lips. You invited me, I replied, my voice sounding far more casual than I felt. I didn't think you'd show. Neither did I admitted. A heavy silence fell between us, thick with all the words we'd never said. You look double quotes, she started, then trailed off. Older, I teased, trying to break the tension. Beautiful, she whispered. And just like that, the years between us melted away. We fell into easy conversation, talking about work, mutual friends, her new life. But underneath the surface-level chatter, that old, familial tension simmered. The kind you can't fake and can never forget. Finally, I had to ask the question that had been burning in my mind all night. Are you happy? She hesitated, her gaze dropping to the fountain. I'm supposed to be. That's not an answer, Clara. Her eyes glistened when she looked back at me. You always did see right through me. I had this overwhelming urge to reach out, to take her hand, to remind her of the girl she was before she became this perfect bride in a perfect dress. But I held back. Not yet. Later that night, after the first dance had ended, I slipped outside for some air. The city haze dimmed the stars, and I was just about to leave for good when I heard her voice behind me. Don't go. I turned. She was standing there barefoot, the hem of her expensive gown clutched in one hand, her mascara slightly. Clara, you're getting married, I whispered, the words feeling absurd on my tongue. I already did, she said, a bitter edge to her voice. To the idea of what everyone thinks I should want. Her voice trembled. I thought leaving you would fix me that I could find a love that looked right on paper. But no one ever made me feel the way you did. My heart hammered against my ribs. You can't say that to me. Not now. I know, she said, stepping closer, but I have to, because if I don't, I'll walk back in there and spend the rest of my life pretending I am not still in love with you. I should have stopped her. I should have told her to go back inside, to be rational, to save this new life she had built. But when she reached for me, every wall I had built over the last 5 years crumbled. Her lips met mine in the quiet, dark. It was desperate, trembling, and more real than anything I had felt in years. This wasn't the sweet, innocent kiss of two people falling in love. It was the raw, aching kiss of two people who had never stopped. When we finally pulled apart, she was crying softly. "What am I supposed to do now?" she whispered, her voice breaking. I gently brushed a stray piece of hair from her face. "Be honest with yourself, for once." She nodded, fresh tears slipping down her cheeks. "I'm so sorry." "Don't be," I said softly. "You just found the truth even, if it's 5 years late." The next morning, the news rippled through our old friend group. The wedding hadn't made it to the honeymoon. Clara had left before sunrise. Weeks went by. Then a letter arrived. There was no return address, but I recognized her handwriting instantly. It said, "You once told me love doesn't disappear. It just waits for courage." I think I finally found mine. I smiled, holding the letter to my chest. Sometimes love doesn't end with a ceremony and a white dress. Sometimes that's where it truly begins, when someone finally finds the courage to choose themselves, and the person who never stopped choosing them. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more. I'll see you in the next one.